And welcome back to the Drunken Nerd Podcast, where we like our beer like we like our movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, etc.
Etc.
My name is Carl, and I don't know how you like your pizza, but I like mine with a little shipperoni.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That was on the fly. It wasn't good, but...
it's original. I'll give you that pizza. One. That's original.
So anyway, Shipper, how you doing this week?
All right, buddy. How's things?
I'm exhausted. I worked,
bet you are.
What? 24 of the last 36 hours I have worked. So...
A couple doubles in there?
Yeah. So
one double, I guess.
Yeah, a double.
And then another shift after that.
Yes. So if...
Did you go to work twice in one calendar day, technically?
Yeah.
Which is just stupid.
I went in on Saturday, left Sunday morning, and then went back in on Sunday.
You're a slave to the dollar.
No, I'm a slave to the schedule.
To the man?
Yeah. Slave to the schedule. Anyways... so I'm a little out of it right now.
So she should be a good one. You've been drinking a couple already?
Maybe, yeah.
This would be a good one. Interesting.
Let's roll the dice and see what happens.
Let's see how coherent Carl doesn't get.
Let's get some snake eyes on this podcast.
Shooting craps.
Yeah. Have you ever played craps?
No.
I love craps.
You and I discussed this.
You
I am not a
gamer when I played craps.
I guess technically I have. I threw the one time. You're like, here, throw this, and I sucked at it that time.
You can't suck at it. It's a game of luck. But usually
the dice left the table.
Oh, yeah!
I sucked at it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Bye, cat.
Cats are jingling about in here.
To be fair, just the one cat is jingling about in here. The other one, I don't know. Well, multiple.
He jingled by.
He got scared when I moved the table.
I was moving tables on them.
Oh, no.
Table consistency is key to being a cat.
Anything consistency is key to being a cat. Anything moves out of ordinary. Freak out.
Yeah, or knock it over.
Yeah.
I don't recognize this glass. I may as well knock it off
I'm saying. It's in my way.
The surface. Oh, excuse me. Already.
Wow, some good cat talk.
Yeah, cat talk. All right, now that we're all
that's our side podcast.
We got cat talk.
So we got a side podcast of WWE. Now we got an one of cats.
Ooh. Yeah. What's happening in your neighbor's backyard? That can be one.
Jesus.
But what is happening in there? You closed the blind on me today, so I can't even speculate.
They put up some lighting, some little globe lighting. They were having a party over the weekend because of the 4th of July and all.
Of course they were. Did they set off fireworks?
Oh my God! Right?
Okay.
Bottle rockets and stuff that leaves the ground right in their backyard. So we found a couple of them, the tubes in our yard.
Right.
And we literally share a corner, so
Fireworks were bad this year.
All around the country.
It was insane.
Oh my God! People, I guess, nothing to do and too much money. I thought everybody was out of work.
Excess of money. Like people keep sharing videos of the skyline of Oakland, and you just see fireworks going off all over the city, and they're saying oh, I love this, I love the whatever about this, and it's no.
No. Dude, it went on till midnight.
But
come on,
there are people with babies, there are people with small children, there are people with dogs that have anxiety, there are people that have anxiety.
I know
it's selfish.
One of my buddies has PTSD from being in the military, and I've done 4th of July with him, and I've seen it. He's a strong guy, he's fun to hang out with, nice guy. That's the only time I've seen him like that.
So what a better way to celebrate your freedom than by giving a service member PTSD?
Well, he already had it, but
triggering.
Yeah.
Sorry, you didn't give it. Yeah.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Fireworks. I'm not a fireworks fan, anyways.
And they're illegal in Jersey, and everybody got them. Everyone had them. They were on that side of the street. They're on that side of the street. They're on that side of the street.
Well, it's one thing if it's a sanctioned thing where everybody gathers and watches the big thing go off, but for it to be 9 people on the same block just setting off fireworks all at the same time around, that's a fire hazard for one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what goes up definitely comes down.
Yeah.
But I think that's the problem, is that this year, because of the virus and stuff like that, people couldn't go. Townships weren't doing big displays.
Yeah.
So people aren't going to these things, so they're making their own, which, they could hit an hour or whatever to Pennsylvania. and go to Fan Fireworks or whatever the case may be.
No, Pennsylvania, they can't sell the ones that fly up and go boom to PA or Jersey residents. So they would have had to go Delaware, maybe?
I don't know, Delaware. No, Delaware's too far from here. I would say you've got people who are still going out there because we have a lot of people in this neighborhood who are transplants. So they probably, I know some people moved in down the street and they all have Ohio plates on their cars.
Oh, well, get them out of here. Well, I mean, we live in Jersey. We have no room to talk.
Yeah, we're all transplants. You and I are both. But
no, Jersey's awful too.
No.
Okay, so now that everybody thinks we hate America.
Not hate America. We said nothing
no,
about it.
I love America.
We love America. We love our beer and our movies and TV shows.
Fireworks at all. Anyway.
I like them from a distance. I don't care about them otherwise.
Yeah, all right. I get it.
And I especially don't care when my neighbors put them off till midnight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a jerk.
When I have a baby and a 5-year-old who cannot sleep.
And a dog with anxiety.
Yeah,
so you were literally like all of the things that are... Yeah. All right. Anyway, so let's talk beer. Let's shift away from the negative side of the 4th of July. Let's shift to the positive of the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. All that beer.
You got to have some great beer. Not you personally, but people got to drink some great beer because it's a holiday. And I brought my favorite brewery of all time this week. Treehouse Brewery in...
Boston, Mass?
Charlton, Mass.
Oh, that's close. That's a suburb.
Yeah, well, it's an hour away. So this is...
Away from us or now away from Boston?
Hour from Boston.
Oh.
Took
I thought it was closer.
$2.40 to get there for me.
It's a long way to go to get some beer.
I also golfed at a country club.
Touche.
So it was like a double dipper. So anyway, this is Summer, an American double IPA, 8.1% by volume, from Treehouse Brewing Company in Massachusetts. The greatest brewing company on God's green earth.
Now, the can has a bunch of sunflower flowers, not so much seeds, on the front, and it's got a nice little sky blue backing. When you see sunflowers, does that mean summer to you? To me, that, I don't know, it just seems more springy than summer.
This beer's so good. Sure, sunflowers. Give me more of this beer. I don't care. The can design does not matter to me right now. Oh, this is
You checked
so
out
good.
already.
Yeah. As soon as it touched my lips, I was focusing on this. I don't know how you feel about this, but this is outstanding.
It's a hazy, juicy northeastern IPA.
It's a New England IPA from
Northeastern. We had this conversation.
No, it's a New England IPA from one of the companies that invented the New England IPA. Helped invent.
I was gonna say. It's an Imperial IPA.
Double Imperial IPA. This is a very strong beer.
This is only slightly less ABV as the Irish Red we had, or the Imperial Red we had last week. It wasn't Irish Red.
It could. I'm a little biased. You know, like hazy IPAs.
That's your wheelhouse, right there.
That is my thing. And this, I feel like this is a company that has perfected the hazy IPA.
It's a good one. I'll give you it. We all can't be bought off by the company, Carl, but
no, they charge me for these beers. I paid a lot of money for these beers. As far as like our golf scale is concerned, this is 4 holes. Not because of the flavor, but because because the flavor. Because this is a very smooth, strong IPA. I would drink 2, 3 of these in 4 holes, and my golf swing is gone.
By the 6th hole, you're barely walking.
Yes.
And you don't take carts generally when you golf. You walk, don't you?
It depends. This year,
when we've played,
I've
you
been
usually
walking.
walk, yeah.
Yeah. Carts are just so expensive.
Yeah. So you can usually get good deals on what's that one app?
Golf Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golf Now is a great app. Shout out to Golf Now. Sponsor us. That's all I got. That's my best plug for Golf Now. Sponsor us.
If you sponsor us, Carl will take carts more often.
Yeah, I'll take all the carts. Get you guys your greens fees or whatever you charge. So
that a little update on hashtag Cat Podcast. The cat came back.
Oh yeah, the cat's back. Well, the cat heard me
So if you
talking
hear-
about this beer and is like, okay, I need to get some of this. Cat, you can't have beer.
Well, this cat could definitely drink some beer.
Now,
Not that I've let him, but he could if he wanted to.
The one downside about the Treehouse beers is I found this out the last time I went there, and I dropped like $500 on beer for me. The taste starts changing after a month.
Is it? You think it's the aluminum in the can starting to?
It could be. I don't know. It like they even all over this can it says "keep cold, drink fresh." Keep cold, drink fresh.
Well,
like,
IPAs.
they say it 90
I think we've
times.
talked about it before, but IPAs are notorious. Like you drink them fresh. IPAs are not one you age. Like you can age a lager, you can age
The
a
sediment
Pilsner.
will start building at the bottom.
Yeah,
too.
the flavors from the sediment start pairing off. Like, I have brewed beer for my own personal use before, and you don't want it sitting on that sediment too terribly long.
Right.
Our guest host, my cat, who keeps talking in the background. I'm sure people can hear him.
Wait, which cat is this now?
This is Pollux.
Okay, Pollux, what do you have to say for yourself?
He's sniffing
he
the
sniffed
mic, and then backing away because he didn't like your smell.
What do you think? You gotta have something to say. This cat's been meowing nonstop since he came into the room. So they put a mic in his mouth. He gets silent.
Well, they'll put it in his mouth. He can't talk something's in his mouth.
Doesn't care. It's not in his mouth. As soon as I put a mic in his face, there he's. Oh, okay. Pull your hand away. Pollux, what do you think about the war? No, not the war.
Treehouse Brewing.
Yeah. What do you think about Treehouse Brewery? He wants nothing to do with me.
Which is funny because
He wants nothing to do with my microphone. He's coming over for pets.
Sitting on the back of the couch. So if you hear the purring and the meowing in the back and the jingles, the cat decided to show up.
Give us a like.
Like because you're the cat.
For every purr you hear, you must give us one like. Those are the rules. You know podcasting by now. Oh, okay. So anyways, Treehouse beer. Drink it.
Katie, how do you like
Sponsor
my
us.
cat? Because apparently you're the only person listening to it. You and Chavez. I looked at the cat.
That was
and he went
amazing.
turtle at me.
I wish the microphone picked up on that.
Anyways. All right, so that's enough talk about my cat
And yep. All right.
in Treehouse beer.
I'll talk about Treehouse beer all day.
I know you will.
All right.
We've had many conversations. But so this week, we're going to talk about a little different than we've been doing lately, but we're going to go with a TV show.
It's a lot sadder than what we have been doing. Made me feel bad in a different way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We're going to talk about the show The Boys.
L Boys, I believe it's called.
No, this is the American version
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there.
on Amazon Prime.
What? Sorry. I'm losing it. I'm sorry. I told you I'm
Carl,
out.
we're only like 15 minutes in. Come
Oh
on,
my
get it
God.
together. Get it together, man. So, this show came out last year, and spoiler alert, they renewed for season 2 coming out, I think, September?
They just announced season 2 is coming.
I thought they said it was coming out in September.
Oh, maybe they announced the date. I
think
saw there was a big announcement for season 2 very recently, which is kind of what led us into.
Which is surprising that they just announced it when this show has been out for over a year now. Like, you would think it would be big enough when it came out. They generally announce a show, like, when a show is still at its height of viewership.
Or like something to get
Yeah.
people excited again. So maybe that was the case. Maybe they weren't sure how this show would be received, so they didn't announce it until after like they actually got
good
some-
reason to wonder that one.
Yeah.
So we're covering The Boys, but we're covering the first 4 episodes. First season's 8 episodes long. We're covering the first 4 episodes today. Maybe next week we'll cover the last 4.
Likely. I mean,
Probably. It makes perfect sense to do so.
I need to see the narrative come to an end, even if I don't.
Well,
There's so much I have to say about
I
it.
only watched the first 4 episodes. I haven't even seen 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Have you?
No,
watched 5,
I watched 1 through 4.
Okay, so
That's
we
it.
are seriously. So all our speculations, our comments, our concerns, our likes, dislikes, blah 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 blah, all based on the first 4 episodes of this show.
Mm-hmm.
So the show, as a rough what it's about, is superheroes are somewhat prevalent in the
The real world. It's supposed to be the real world.
Yeah, it takes place in New York City with a couple side locations, but predominantly shows based in New York City, from what we can tell. But But somehow people have superpowers. So far, there's been no explanation of why people have superpowers.
Nope.
At one point, the show talks about 200 plus people in the United States having superpowers.
Yep.
Which, in the grand scheme of how many millions of people live in the United States, it's not
Yeah.
a vast number.
Yeah.
But 200 plus is still an insane amount of people. They just randomly have superpowers.
Yeah.
With no explanation. So this follows a group of superheroes. They call themselves the Seven.
The Seven.
Which is weird.
L7 for our Spanish listeners.
Oh. Anywho.
It just threw you so far
off track. My God. You did. Hold on, I need another drink. So, L7. And they're
L7 weenie. Like the Sandlot. You're an L7 weenie.
It's been forever since I've seen the Sandlot.
Oh my God. I shouldn't be recording a podcast right now.
No, that's the best part.
Oh.
And the Seven is run by a corporation called Voight.
Like Adrian Voight.
Of
the Watchmen. Oh. Do you think there's something to that?
Maybe. Spelled different. I don't think
Is it?
I think Adrian Voight has an I in his name, but it's a good possibility.
Because these are both DC properties, aren't they?
Well,
Watchmen's DC.
Yeah, Watchmen's owned by DC. This is not a DC property.
Oh, no. All right. There's nothing
to
that.
This is a standalone. But
Scrap my conspiracy theories then. That would have been cool, though.
So let me get back to the explanation of what the show's about.
Yeah.
So you have the superheroes, and they go around saving the world because, superheroes save the world. But except all these superheroes are just terrible people.
They're
just terrible.
They're the worst.
And then you have some people who are not superheroes who've been somehow wronged by the superheroes, and they're on a crusade to bring them down, I guess.
Specifically the Seven.
Yeah, specifically the Seven. Now, that's not to say all superheroes are terrible in this world, but the superheroes of the Seven are all terrible in their own right.
Trash.
Each one individually and as a collective whole.
It's like an interesting take, because if there were superheroes in the real world and you got into this super exclusive group,
which you have to apply for.
Yes.
Because the story starts out with this one girl who's brought up in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa, I believe they said. And she's
it's the only city in Iowa, so obviously.
Let me ask Bryce that. He had listened to podcasts, he won't know. But she's definitely like the quintessential cornfield, lives out in like, they picked every stereotype you can think of Iowa and threw it at this girl and her character.
Yep.
And she's called Starlight. She's not Starfire. We had this conversation.
No, it's not Starfire, because that's a DC.
That's DC as well.
Yeah.
That, by the way, this is supposed to be like the anti-superhero movie or show, but all their connections are to the DC universe. There's only 2 connections in the Marvel universe I've found, and that's they exist in New York City, much like the Avengers. In the main tower of Voight, the company, looks just like Stark Tower / Avenger Tower.
It's identical.
Yeah.
Like that's.
They basically just took those pieces from the movie and just hold on, let me hold up a little piece of cardboard cut out right here in front of the camera, and that's it. Otherwise, all the characters that they've introduced so far are literally DC ripoffs. But we'll get to it.
Yep.
So they have this girl that's auditioning to become part of the Seven, and spoiler alert, she gets in.
Yeah, she gets in
within the first 15-20 minutes of the first episode.
Good for her.
Yep. It's her and her mama's dream. Definitely her mama's dream, though. And then you have another character whose life is inadvertently changed when his girlfriend, she gets eviscerated, essentially, when gets run through by one of the characters who got speed.
Which, oh my God. First of all, you get to choose your superhero name. Like,
yeah,
you do. This dude, who's essentially the Flash, A-Train?
I'm guessing he lives up by one of the subways in New York City.
What?
I don't know.
No.
So, yeah, you think about A-Train, so he's fast as a train, but...
No, he's faster than a train.
He's faster than a train.
He runs it like, what? They mention it in the 3rd episode. It's like...
Oh, yeah, I don't remember how fast they said.
1,800 miles per hour. It's something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Something to that effect. But yeah, so
A-Train.
A-Train. The letter.
Is it A-Train or is it a train?
No, it's just A-Train.
Yeah.
It's not like a Treyu.
No, it's terrible. A Treyu. It's a never-ending story. There were times when this felt like a never-ending story. I'll tell you that.
I 100% agree with that every episode. But yeah, so I guess we'll start with our thoughts on episode 1. And we're not going to go too far because then this will be a 4-hour podcast. And nobody
this would be a 90-hour podcast.
Each episode's an hour long, and I can't do an hour.
First of all, if these were half-hour episodes,
it'd be a better show.
This show would be so much better.
Yeah, they can get rid of some of the exposition and some of the whininess in the show itself.
I'll even cut it to, we'll say 45. Like, they're an hour long. 45 would suffice because there's a lot of just like
will they, won't they kind of thing.
It feels
just
like
back
just
and forth.
Filler.
Yeah, 100%. And to me, the pacing on these shows is so freaking off. They speed through the part that's interesting, the combat, the backstories, what makes the superheroes heroes versus, I think they're more villains, but that's beside the point.
Yep.
And then they take forever to get through the interpersonal struggles of the main characters. And while I get that's important, and probably
hold on. Who are the main characters in this?
I'm going to say,
like, seriously, like
I'm going to say,
I don't know.
I know. The main characters are Huey,
yes,
who's the dude whose girlfriend gets run over by A-Train.
Yes.
And
Annie, who's Starlight.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, if I had to choose...
They are the main characters,
yeah,
but this is just an ensemble of people.
Yeah. It's just a group
By
of
the
people...
way, they say that they're the 7. How many of the Super 7 have we seen?
Okay.
And why do we call them Super 7? Like, that's a much better
name.
The
7.
They're just called The 7.
Yeah. Oh, you want them to be the Super 7.
This is just a better name.
That's
alliteration
stupid.
is always better in anything.
Hear me out. I love good alliteration. But everybody knows they're super. Or it's I don't know.
I mean, we call them Super Friends.
Okay.
We call them the Justice League of Society. Yeah.
My notes... nobody called them the Justice League of Society.
No, they're back in DC property. Justice League of Society was a thing. It was before Justice League of America.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I thought you were saying
these people were the Justice League
Justice Society of America, then the Justice League are two separate entities in DC property.
That's on me. My bad. I apologize.
Going back to the Watchmen, Watchmen's actually based off of the Justice Society of America.
Okay.
Which is like Wildcat,
Night Owl. Wait, really?
He's not called Night Owl. He has a different name. But literally, if you watch The Watchmen, they just stole the identities from the Justice Society of America.
Okay.
Which is a much better anti-hero movie show property altogether. Anyways.
So, the 7. I'm going to name the characters we've been introduced to.
Sure.
Let's count them. Homelander.
And you see him, he's predominant in the show.
He's everywhere. Starlight, 2. She's replaced... person that can control light that they mentioned in the first episode, never bring up again. Can't remember his name.
Never even heard of that person, but okay.
No, he has.
I missed it.
He has an actual name.
I missed it.
It's a throwaway line. They're just like, "Hey, what's his name? Retired. We're bringing in Starlight."
Oh, okay.
Like that was all that character got.
Okay,
so,
2.
Starlight, 2. Queen Maeve, 3.
Which is basically Wonder Woman.
No,
we'll talk about. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
A-Train. 4. Worst. You choose your own name.
His competitor Shockwave is much better name.
Yes,
that makes a whole lot of sense.
That makes sense. The A-Train.
You just sound like you're going to bowl through people
at
that point.
I wish
which he does, literally.
He took the A-Train out of town and never became a superhero.
That was a stretch.
Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry.
People just with angry, tipsy drunk.
Yeah.
Carl sounds like
half slept 11 hours over the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
4 people so far.
The Deep, 5.
Which is such a terrible name too.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah. Deep what? What is he into? Okay.
That was 5?
Mm-hmm. I'm on 5. I got my hand up.
El Deep for our Spanish listeners.
Jesus. You're going to keep that, aren't you?
Black Noir.
What the fuck is that character?
He exists.
He does. He's in the show.
First 4 episodes, total of 4 hours. Black Noir
shows up like 20 minutes the entire half
20
season.
20 minutes? You're giving him 20 minutes?
The entire first half season.
2. 2 minutes. He's in the
I will
first 4 episodes.
I will count the number of times he's also in a poster. So, okay. 6. We're missing one. Who's 7?
That's it.
Really?
That's it.
Who's the 7th? How do you call yourself the 7 if you don't have 7?
Translucent.
Oh,
Translucent.
that's right. Translucent. They might rename themselves.
I was going down to IMDb over
Yeah.
just reading off the character names, and Translucent's only
forgot
in
it was
3
Translucent.
episodes, which we will get to.
Yeah, there's a reason. For reasons. So,
My idea was better.
yeah, easily. But we'll talk about that too.
Yep.
So the characters are very, very thinly veiled DC ripoffs. I mean, you have
Homelander's Superman.
Homelander is Superman. I mean, he has the powers, he has the eyes.
Hold on. You don't care about this, but the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes just reached a 10-year contract extension, which the longest NFL contract I've ever seen was 8 years, and they just went 10 years. And this dude is probably getting $35 million a year. So Patrick Mahomes, world's new richest man, shout out, sponsor us. Anyway.
But he won't know unless you tag him on Twitter.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Homelander.
He has the power of flight. He has the invulnerability.
He's got laser eyes. He's Superman.
He's literally Superman.
I've been waiting for him to break out frost breath for like 4 episodes now.
Yeah.
He's Superman.
Yeah, he's Superman. I mean, you have Queen Maeve. She literally looks like...
It's the costume.
She's Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman.
She's not Gal Gadot.
She has Gal Gadot.
She is not Gal Gadot.
She has Gal Gadot's costume.
Okay.
Let me finish my statement before you cut me off. And she is super strong, but she doesn't have flight for whatever reason. And I think they do it more for comic
Wonder
relief.
Woman can't fly.
Yes, she can.
She can't fly. She can jump really high. That's why she has the invisible jet. She can't fly.
She can fly. And other
maybe in your crazy world.
No, Wonder Woman has the ability to fly. Somebody get on here with us and defend me here because Carl doesn't read comics.
She can't fly.
She can fly.
A-Train runs fast or whatever.
But he can't think fast?
No, that's obvious. He's the worst.
And again,
he's so stupid.
He runs fast, but why did he run into the one chick? They've yet to explain how or why he ran into the girl.
It was intentional. She was on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, he had to zigzag into her.
One step off the sidewalk.
He had to zigzag into her.
He literally killed her. He stops and goes, my bad. I'm running for something. I can't stop. Like, you thought it was seriously a situation almost like the movie Speed with Sandra Bullock, where he was a bomb attached to him kind of thing, and he couldn't slow down. Which they've done in the Flash.
To the movie The Bus That Can't Slow Down.
Well, Speed, yes. The movie Speed.
Yeah, no. It's original title. The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down.
Yeah. But in the DC world, they've done something like that to the Flash where a bomb got strapped to him that if he stopped running, he would explode. Okay, that's not this situation at all.
As far as we know.
He literally just killed someone just to kill someone.
Yeah, well, specifically to hit this girl, he had to zigzag.
Yeah.
Into her. So, he's the worst. He can't think fast. Or he can think fast, and he's just the worst.
Yeah.
The Deep
is...
obviously Aquaman.
He looks like... Other than, he doesn't look like Aquaman and with the blonde hair and whatever, but
the costume
is exactly... It's the same green and gold. It's got the fins on the side.
But it has the fins. It has the fins. You heard it here first. It has the fins.
It has the fins. He can talk to fish. He's got weird relations with fish. That is something that Aquaman has never been accused of. And
they has been.
They lean into this Aquaman thing so bad that to the point where they even make fun of other people make fun of Aquaman with his lack of powers. Mm-hmm. That he goes in the show, he goes to a psychiatrist and he's talking about how nobody likes him because he doesn't have all these powers, but he's still a viable character, a viable person, a superhero because he saved the boat, the cruise ship, the Carnival cruise ship.
Saved a boat once.
Good
on him. If only he could save planes.
Starlight, I'm not sure what she's supposed to be.
She
has the power to
she has super strength,
invulnerability to some degree.
She can control
energy, and she can emit amount of light.
Starfire.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be, but she doesn't fly, and Starfire flies. And Starfire's alien. She's not alien.
It's familiar to Starfire.
I can agree with that.
It's not this is what those are the clear ripoffs. Before Starlight, obvious ripoffs. Not ripoffs, homage, I guess we'll say.
Yeah,
obvious
For the French.
homage.
For the Frenchie.
Okay, we only cater to the Spanish speaking here. Take your French and go home. Moving on. So Starlight, Starfire, maybe. This is where it's a little bit of a stretch.
Translucent, he's supposed to be the Invisible Man.
But that's
Sort of.
That's not a DC property. That's public rights at this point. Like, the Invisible Man is just like a monster.
Maybe Sue Storm would be Marvel. I don't know. I can't think of a DC property where someone turns invisible. But they call him translucent. He's not translucent. He's invisible, and he's not really invisible. His skin just like bends light
it's
around
made
it.
of diamond or whatever. So
Well,
it can
it's
bend.
not. It's like polycarbonate fiber. Because they talk about it for a minute, and then also later
That's all
said,
they talk about anything for in this show, by the way. Like, anything that
don't
you're
they
interested
explain?
in, you get a minute of.
Yeah, briefly. And then we talked about the Noir, Black Noir. What the F is his power?
Noir.
He's almost like
Noir.
he almost looks like wants to be a Batman character, in the sense that he's deep and mysterious, whatever. But you don't see him do anything. He has any lines thus far.
No.
Again, we haven't seen the last 4 episodes, so don't scream at us yet until we get to that. But
Okay, so I typed BL into Google, and Black Noir powers popped up as something that I have already searched. because as I was
listening to,
as I was watching this show,
you're searching it.
I looked into this because I don't know. He is a superhero, a skilled pilot, silent, stealthy, enigmatic. He is the superpowered ninja.
So he's Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe?
He's
Did you notice
what is
he
that?
carries 2 throwing knives in his back?
Yeah.
Like his upper shoulders?
Yeah.
I was like, how is he reaching this? Like, what is he doing to get... Hold on, I guess itch my back? I mean, if you're going to carry knives, let's carry them on your side or like the small of your back.
The character I could closest relate him to?
I still think
Umbrella Academy, dude that can throw stuff.
that's a good show. Umbrella Academy.
That's a better show. We should have covered that.
We will, eventually. Season 2's coming out, too.
Yeah.
Or just came out. Take that back. I think it just came out.
Just
didn't
came
it?
out?
I think so.
But
Or it's coming out
I guess
soon.
Based on that description, he's dude that can throw stuff from Umbrella Academy. I don't know names. You kidding me?
It's been a while since I watched the original season of Umbrella Academy. But that's a good show.
Academy, dude that throws stuff.
Are we missing any of the characters, what their powers are?
No, that was all the characters.
I wasn't counting the time.
It's not Klaus. Diego from the Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
closest I get.
I still think he's supposed to be like
He's a ninja.
Batman /
Batman.
Ra's al Ghul
I could see
kind of thing. Not Ra's, but
they're going for Batman. Raz?
no. I was gonna say not so much, but like the League of Shadows kind of thing.
Oh,
Like League of Shadows.
Talia al Ghul.
Well, no. I was going for League of Shadows specifically,
Bane.
the name, not so much a character within. I know these properties. Batman is so overbeaten. It's
Oh, you know
ridiculous.
Bane then.
I know Bane.
What?
With a big mask.
There's no drugs in here.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Why would Bane be describing why there are drugs in the car?
I don't know.
Anyway, carrying on.
That movie ruined Bane. Bane was a good character.
No, Bane is a mercenary for hire, and that movie made him some kind of criminal mastermind for some reason. It made no sense.
He literally was meant to be
I like that movie.
He was
like that
locked
movie.
up and subjected to chemical warfare, essentially, to change him into a super soldier.
Oh, so you're saying the movie Batman and Robin did Bane right? The movie Batman,
Yes.
where he can only say the word Bane for some reason.
Yes.
And also, at one point, he's the limo driver for Poison Ivy, so he dresses up in a cap and jacket. Batman. Okay, you heard it first. You heard it here. Christopher Shipper believes.
Way to put my name out there, Carl Evans.
Call me out. Christopher Shipper believes that Batman and Robin is better than the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes. For lore,
Go home.
yes.
Go home. Go home.
The movie was ruined by the WB, but that's beside
That
it.
movie was ruined by existing.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let it. Not this show. Come on.
We're gonna cover it. We're gonna cover that movie. Let's cover that movie next.
No.
After this show.
You'll
be blown away by how bad that movie is.
No, I won't, because I know how bad that movie is.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. No.
Oh my god. Anywho, back on track.
I hate this. Okay, so episode 1 is basically an introduction to all of these characters that we mentioned, plus Huey.
Yeah, Huey's the like I said, the one whose girlfriend gets, and then you also meet Carl
Urban.
Urban's character, Billy the Butcher. No, his name's Billy Butcher. I don't know why he might as well be a nom de plume, because
that's his name.
Billy Butcher.
That's seriously his name.
William Butcher. That is his name. The Butcher of what? I don't know, but that's his name.
I went through this whole show just thinking like, oh, that's Carl Urban. Like I never learned his name, and like that's an issue with this show. Like I have, look at this. IMDb is open just so like I can look at these characters' faces and look at the name patch. Like I'm so detached from all of these characters. Like I didn't learn any of their names.
I agree with that.
Like
I keep having to remember myself like Huey's name, and like I don't care.
The only one I remember is the A-Train, because it's terrible.
Wow. And Homelander. What the fuck is it?
I forgot that a bunch of times. I was calling him.
Speaking of which, Homelander's got some serious mommy issues.
He's got a lot of issues, and I don't understand it.
And I hope they tell us why he's got mommy issues.
Why did Carl Urban said that? Oh, the rest of the 7 are terrible, but Homelander is a good guy. No, he's not.
No,
why did he say that?
He must be like related to.
There's got to be something else going on.
I was telling my wife this. I was like, he's got such mommy issues. I'm pretty sure him and the head of Voight, whatever her name is, because I don't know her name either.
Hold on.
Are related. That's his mother or something like that, because she's obviously had a baby. She's talking about breastfeeding. You see her at some point with a baby. She's all happy, and he's like staring through a wall, weird, just like staring daggers through this poster, which is a picture of him, but he ends up actually doing X-ray vision.
It's such like Superman. A throwaway thing. Like, is that supposed to be more, or is this just like he's? Her name is Madeline Stillwell.
Yes, and she's the director of Voight or whatever.
She's She's the only woman that isn't sexually abused in some way in this show.
Oh my god.
As far as we know, maybe she was, and they just didn't talk about it. This is so weird. Like, it's just. And we're still on episode 1.
Yeah, we'll move on here.
Yeah, Starlight gets into the. Just to wrap up, like the
episode 1,
the most frustrating part of episode 1. Starlight gets into the 7. The Deep is immediately just like, oh hey, I heard you had a crush on me, and he just drops Trow, and he's like,
with his tan body, but he obviously tans wearing briefs.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And he's just like, oh hey,
suck it.
We need a little sucking action going on.
If you want to be in, he literally tells her, if you want to be in the 7, you're gonna do this because I'm number 2, and he's literally Aquaman. Who Aquaman is tertiary to.
But Justice League. He's not number 2. He just claims that it's a power trip, and then like.
Sexually harasses her.
Sexually assaults her.
Yeah.
Like, that's sexual assault.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And then, like, she throws up in the bathroom or whatever, and Queen Maeve is just like, don't let them see you cry. Don't let them see you like that.
And then you see
Meanwhile, Invisible Man's just in there, like...
jerking it.
Yeah.
I mean...
He's in there pounding off. He's in there cocking off.
Yeah.
And, like...
Because he's a creep.
Oh, my God.
And in the first episode, you believe that, okay, Homelander is a good guy.
Yes. The first
until the very end when he takes out the Baltimore mayor, who somehow has a private jet. Who knew Baltimore mayor had a private jet?
Yep. Great. Good for him.
You have ties to Maryland. I have
Baltimore.
the sleepy little town that is Baltimore. Not really, but... Oh, my God.
Baltimore.
But somehow he has a private jet, and Homelander takes it out of the sky. Well, so much for his squeaky clean image. Ha-ha! But again, Carl Urban has literal dossiers on all these people, because he somehow ties to the CIA, which I hate when movies put in the CIA and say they have jurisdiction in the United States. The CIA has no jurisdiction in the United States. The FBI does. That's the reason why the two things exist. Mm-hmm. The FBI doesn't work outside it's not allowed to work outside the boundaries, and the CIA does not work inside the boundaries. They're separate. Anyways.
Killing it.
Just say that she.
No, I follow what you're saying.
Sorry, that's episode 2.
But like this show, like it does its best to establish each character as just the worst possible person, with the exception of Huey and Starlight, and that's why I believe they.
And
are...
I still think they're terrible people.
No, they're
the best of the shit in this.
No, like Starlight is a genuine, like down home, like
yes, but
really
she
innocent person, and
yes, but she gives into.
Dude, this is an argument you want to make. At least at this point, this isn't an argument you want to make. Like, she gets sexually assaulted.
She
is
does.
What happens?
But she also gives in. Just
no. We need to move on from this. It's too controversial at this point.
Yes.
This fucking show.
It's and I know it's written to be controversial. It's written to make you hate these people. And my wife and I were having this conversation. The first 4 episodes are written by men. The last 4 episodes are written by women, or at least have a woman brought in as part of the writing team. I wonder how the last 4 episodes work. And
yeah, I'm
are the first 4
curious
episodes
to see where it goes.
are just shitty writing by men, or is it literally written in the perspective trying to make people angry at this group of people and try to establish this other group of people as the good guys, even though they're shitty people too?
Okay.
And I know I'm feeling I'm all over the place because I am, but the show.
I feel like I'm beginning to, like, my catchphrase is now just asking questions that should be obvious about things. Excuse me. Who are the boys?
Absolutely good question. Wife and I were watching this, the first 2 episodes. After watching the second episode, she goes, "Who are the boys?" She looked it up. The boys are Keith Urban, Frenchie, and Huey.
Keith Urban, huh?
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban,
the country singer who's married to
Keith Urban,
Tom Cruise's ex-wife, Nicole Kidman. Not Nicole Kidman. What's her name?
One could say that
the fuck is
blue isn't their color. The boys should be a light, or maybe they should make memories of us. When you talk about this show, you'll think of me, because tonight I want to cry. This show feels like wasted time, because...
What are you reading?
Keith Urban songs. I just googled Keith Urban songs. I'm just reciting them.
Anyways.
So, Carl Urban.
Urban.
Which is my name.
Spelled different, spelled the K. He has a K.
Doesn't matter. Oh my god. So... They're the boys? Like,
they're
seriously?
the boys.
I thought that it was just a reference to, like, the Seven is like a boys' club. Back, like,
I did too.
Something like back in the 50s where men were able to just be the worst and nobody cared.
Yeah, I did too. I thought that was the purpose, the concept. And it's almost marketed that way, I think, in that respect. But I'm telling you, we literally had to look it up, be like, who are the boys? And the boys are this anti-group of... anti-superheroes, this group that Carl Urban, who I still think, I know we had this conversation earlier, but I think he's pretty much, the whole show feels like a bad episode of Pokemon. Carl Urban
about this.
is trying to collect them all, create his own team to fight Team
It's a
Rocket.
bad heist movie where he's collecting.
What is he collecting?
Gathering
what is he going to steal?
He's building a team. Lives.
He's stealing lives?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least at this point, I really don't think that there's any structure that we can, like, build this episode to talk about this show to.
This is just us complaining.
We can just hit the key points of each episode, but there's no point in trying to go episode by episode on this.
Or we haven't.
No, you can't, because, like, everything that you talk about is going to lead to a tangent just about something.
Yeah, how collectively they're just all shit people.
It's just terrible.
And not even, like, well-written shit people. Like, you can look at most...
It's super ham-fisted.
These people are even worse than most supervillains are. Like, there are many supervillains that you're like, okay, I can empathize. Like, look at Magneto, look at Lex Luthor. Like, you can empathize with their plight, and they're supervillains because they're anti-hero, but they still have a purpose. They're trying to do something to benefit someone else.
They're trying to accomplish something, even if it's like
these are just straight up supervillains that are thinly veiled as superheroes. Yes, they go and stop some crime, and yes, they go and stop terrorists. But do they? Because episode 4, no, they don't. Spoiler.
I mean,
hold on.
We may as well just talk about it at this point because there's no actual order to this episode.
No.
So, episode 4.
We skipped 3 and 2, but it's okay.
No, there's no structure to this. Episode 4, there's a plane hijacking scene where a plane gets hijacked.
Very reminiscent of 9/11, which is still kind of touchy
by
for the
Middle
US.
Eastern guys with
God.
box cutters, and
they breached the cockpit.
Mm-hmm. Captain Douchewad and Wonder Woman. Captain Douchewad, what's
Captain
his name?
Douchewad.
What's his name? Homelander and Maeve go to stop this. They end up like murking all the terrorists right off the bat.
Sweet, yep.
But then they get into the cockpit and Homelander uses laser eyes to kill the last terrorist, but then he also destroys the landing
all the equipment. The terrorist shoots the pilot. He'd already knifed the one.
Doesn't matter. He used laser eyes, and it was his fault that the equipment got destroyed.
When you see him in episode 3, shove his fist through a dude who was shooting at cops from a 31st floor building. The dude is both of them are invulnerable. They can't be killed by bullets, but he's going to shoot his laser eyes to burn a hole through this terrorist.
He intentionally destroyed that plane. Yeah. He intentionally destroyed the equipment of that plane.
If he didn't intentionally, he had willful disregard for safety. Never mind you're in a cockpit of a plane that is currently careening out of control down towards the ground. You're going to shoot your eyes at and whatever. Just punch him in the face, break his neck. I mean, whatever you got to do.
Anything. And then Maeve tries to talk him into saving the plane, and he's just like, "Nah, our work here is done."
Yeah, she even was like, "All right, fine, let's save these 2 little girls who are 10 or whatever." And he's like, "No, they will out us and say that we didn't save this." And then, he is, oh my god,
that whole scene was
cringy,
incredibly difficult to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then
for multiple reasons.
It's later, to me, I feel like it's revealed that he intentionally,
I think he did,
let the plane go down so that he could make this weird statement about him being allowed to have military information.
Well, yeah, and you go back, so episode 2, 3, and 4, you see Voight, what's-her-face, Madeline at Voight, trying to somehow impose the superheroes into the U.S. military. And the senators in the U.S. military are opposing it. They're trying to, she wants this bill to go through, and they're all like, no, we're separate, you're a company, blah, blah, blah. And she tries blackmail. The reason why Captain Douchebag and Queen Maeve are up there is on the plane for the hijacking is because she gets a call from NATO as a back channel saying, "Hey, this is happening. If you send people up there," she's like, "Oh, we'll send you up there." And now if you save it and make sure everybody's alive, then there's no way senators will be able to say no to our bill. That's literally what she tells them.
Yeah.
And Captain Douchebag fails, obviously. And at the end of episode 4, you see him giving this impassioned speech on TV, saying how
it's not even good.
No, it's not even good.
I don't know if it's because the acting is subpar in that scene, but as soon as he starts giving that speech,
fake crying,
it's cringeworthy. Just everything about it is just I don't know if it's the acting or because I know the character at this point and his motivations, but it's I genuinely feel like people would see immediately through that.
What are his motivations? I don't understand anybody's motivations at this stupid show.
No, other than Carl Urban.
I don't understand his motivation. Something about his wife has died.
We got a 4-minute scene about his wife. She existed once.
She did.
And then
somehow it's connected to superheroes. He's got a hard on to kill off these superheroes. And they do kill off one superheroes. They kill off two.
Yeah. First of all, this one, they trap Translucent at some point.
Mm-hmm. By electrocuting him in the butthole.
Yeah, they electrocute his butthole.
Because why not?
The show needs to be edgy.
Yeah.
and then they throw him in a cage, and then like they try and shoot him with
they shoot him. They throw him in an electrified cage, which he gets out of by pissing into a cup and throwing it on the battery, which is on
Why
the
does he have a cup?
Because Huey gave him a glass of water and never took the glass back. So he peed. Why does he just pee on it anyways? Like, he doesn't need the cup. Who cares?
Well, maybe the current could travel up and shock his
Mythbusters actually did a thing on that.
Oh, it doesn't happen?
No, because the male urine stream is actually segmented water droplets. It's not a continuous stream.
How about that?
Because they actually did the myth of if you pee on an electric fence, you electrify yourself.
Right.
And they said, no, you actually cannot. Because it is segmented water droplets. The current would not pass through. So, technically, he could just pee through the cage and on the battery pack and it was
they're trying to solve how to actually like murk this guy.
Yeah.
So they make a bullet out of
basically the same stuff his skin's made out of. There's some carbon.
They shoot it ricochets everywhere. As soon as I see that scene, I send you a text message saying, why don't they shock him to knock him out like they did?
I had the same thought.
Put a gun in his mouth and pull the trigger then. Because it's only his skin.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
If shocking him actually has an effect to knock him out, just stick him with the battery electrodes and just turn the voltage up and let it burn out his brain.
Yeah, you just keep going.
Yeah.
So the route that they actually take is they stick C4 up his ass.
Because why not be edgy?
Is that edgy?
No. To them it is. I don't know.
Edgy.
Edgy.
All right, great.
It's a thing.
So they stick C4 up his ass and blow him up.
They stick the C4 up his ass. Carl Urban tells him if he tries to fish it out himself, it'll blow up. But we have the detonator right here. Okay.
How do you have a pressure? No, it's not a pressure switch. How do you?
No, it's a remote switch.
What
it's
is?
not a pressure switch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know how you would.
It doesn't make sense. This bomb doesn't exist.
And so, Translucent gets out because he pisses on he shorts out the electricity so he can unlock the cage himself. And why doesn't the cage have a lock on it?
Electrocity.
The Electrocity.
Why
doesn't the cage have a lock on it? Why is it it's just a little thumb latch. Like, it's just a thing. Yes, he's in a room that's got a door on it, which he can somehow walk out of instead of it being a locked door. Like, none of it makes sense. The only thing stopping... They know he's, like, invulnerable, essentially. So the only thing stopping him from getting out is the electrified field around the cage itself. They have no concept of secondary.
They have no concept of anything. Nobody has any concept of anything. Oh, so we need to touch upon, like, just to hit all the plot points of...
Because why not?
The 4 episodes.
Plot points?
No, we just need to hit on the points. At one point, they try and find this testosterone stuff that the superheroes are taking.
Compound V, yeah. Well, to be fair, only one superhero is taking it that we know of. And that's your boy...
The lame train.
Freight Train.
Lame train.
And we're not even really sure he's taking it because he shows up saying something like the boys, Keith Urban and Carl Urban and his friends are tracking down the delivery dude who's apparently Asian because why not? We're already racist.
He's delivering Asian food.
I mean, why not make it more racist and just saying everything is Asian problems? But yeah, and you get some point where there's a connection between A-Train going to... I thought he was going to go get drugs, but he says something about dropping the drugs off in episode 4.
It's unclear.
It's unclear what he's doing.
Nothing makes sense.
Also, why is it the fact that every time the superheroes are doing something super shady, they're in their superhero costumes? Like, you have A-Train doing the drug thing, and then...
However, none of their costumes do anything to their face. However, apparently they still have alter identities.
Do they have alternate identities? You never...
Yes.
No, because you actually see Homeland say, he says it to Starlight and goes, oh, that's your alternate identity? That's cute. I gave mine forever ago. Like, they don't have alternate identities anymore.
But how? Like, Starlight's costume does nothing to her face other than, like, her hair's down instead of in a ponytail.
It's just a little more makeup on.
Like, that's not an alternate identity. And then, like, they got mad at her for one point. Oh,
power
dang.
for a second.
Power's going out.
The storm rolling through.
Oh. But they get mad at her because she beats up 2 attempted rapists.
Yeah, because every dude in this is a rapist. Even the autograph signing, where we're going back to where I don't think she's the greatest person. I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she gives in to wearing a really revealing outfit, even though she's trying to stand on her morals, and then she just folds because, you know, she really wants to be in this, you know, thing. But in this group, but I don't know why she wants to be in this group. There's literally no benefits to it whatsoever, other than prestige.
That I don't understand.
And her mom
the money.
wants
it's the money.
And her mom. I think she really wants it for her mom more than anything.
Yeah.
Because she actually calls her mom sitting on a bench in Central Park, I'm assuming. And, because why not? And she's about to tell her, and then her mom cuts her off in mid-sentence and says, "Oh, I was talking to my friend who was talking about her kid got into med school. I told her, don't worry, my kid got into, or who cares because my kid got into the 7."
So her mom sucks too. Every
her
character
mom
in this sucks.
Honestly, nobody has redeeming qualities. I really
Starfire does. Like, Starfire is the only person who's an actual good person.
Yes,
because even Huey starts off as a good
person.
Starfire. Huey starts off as a good person, but then he's the one that pulls the trigger on Translucent. And then he admits he's like, I liked it.
I think he's got a little bit of PTSD.
PSTDs, huh?
STDs.
What kind of STDs are those?
Chlamydia.
PSTDs. Penis STDs.
Penis STDs. Little chlamydia, little gonorrheas. But I think he's got some STDs from the situation with his girlfriend getting run over by a train.
And there's some it in the early episodes. It really feels like they're building him up to be a super villain.
Yeah.
But then they kind of just drop that.
It was pouring outside.
Well, that happens.
Are
you familiar with precipitation? Huh? Are you familiar with precipitation?
I am. I've seen it once or twice.
Water goes up, water comes down.
Water goes up in vapor. Not water.
No, it goes up, it comes down. Water does what water do.
But you have... I hope you're not connected to the internet, because there isn't any right now.
Why would I be on your internet?
I don't know.
Go home.
But... So you have this dude, and yeah, he's very, I don't want to do this, I love my girlfriend who's killed, and then like 2 weeks later he's macking on Starfire.
Yeah.
Starlight.
Star person.
Star woman.
Star
Annie.
Woman. Star girl. Annie. Yeah, her real name's Annie. Annie January.
And going back to the costumes don't cover the face, and you know she's obviously who she is, minus whether her hair is up or down. He is apparently the only person who recognizes her in costume and out of costume.
He's the only one.
And he remembers her from a 5-minute conversation they have on the bench, which she was making a phone call to her mom on. Like, how are you making a 5-minute phone call to your mom about to tell her that you just got sexually assaulted by your coworkers next to a dude on a bench that you don't know? Is that a conversation you have in private?
Yeah, why are you making that call there?
Like, and then, yeah, they recognize each other. Oh, Annie? Oh, Huey? You met for 10 minutes a week ago.
And then they immediately fall in love.
Yeah, and by the 4th episode, they're on a date at a bowling alley.
In love.
And she's holding back because, you know, she got superheroes to show them up because one time. And he's all guilty that he's into this other chick because his ex got run over.
Yeah, but his ex is appearing in, like, weird flashback vision things that he has.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I don't understand the appeal of this show. Like, I don't understand.
This show is well received. Like my brother,
when he talked about it, 8.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's good in the sense it's not a bad show. Like I would watch this. I wanted to watch this, and I watch it now specifically for our podcast. But I recommend my brother, and I don't see that as a bad show. But we have a mutual like in another podcast that we listened to, and they loved it.
Yeah.
And the show is good in its own respect, but it has got some shitty writing. It's got some shitty people, and I don't understand why. Like, you can have bad people, but have some redeeming qualities to make them at least human. These are not even human anymore. These are just people with some godplexes that think they can do whatever they want, and I guess that's the reason for the show. I don't know.
But it's beyond that. Like, the characters that... Who am I supposed to be rooting for? Am I supposed to just hate everybody? Why... And this is part of the problem. Like, I don't know a lot of these characters' names 4 episodes in because I'm just so detached from all of them. I don't care. Like, if any of them die, okay.
And
well, that happened.
Yeah, and I briefly talked about the CIA versus the FBI because there's a character that Carl Urban goes in, and she's the deputy director of the CIA, and he's trying to get some information from her and this, that, and the other. And they just like threw her in there. Like he broke into her house and all of a sudden he's there and, oh, deputy director, congratulations on your promotion and da-da-da. And it's like, I don't care about her. Why do we bring her into it? Like, just making a thing where he broke in and took some, some files or something like that. Like,
well, that's one where you could cut some time out of the episodes. Like these episodes don't need to be an hour long.
No, 45 minutes. And it goes back to, I don't like the pacing of this show. It just doesn't make any damn sense.
No. I really am struggling to understand how this is like as well unless the final 4 episodes really make everything like just come together perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this show
some people. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's a good show, but like the difference between a good show and a great show, like let's talk Breaking Bad for a second.
I've never seen an episode, but okay.
All right. Well,
anyways, continue.
You can relate to it.
Go ahead.
It was
on forever. So.
I was cheering for Walter White. Like
you can have bad characters that have redeeming qualities.
Until
which I've already said.
And then like they slowly morph into being evil, and there's other characters that develop personalities. There's characters that develop like stories, and like you get behind them. I don't like anybody on this show. I don't want any of them to succeed. I just want the show to be over, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. And yet we're committed to another 4 episodes.
Yep.
This is only half the show. That's the problem. This is only half the show. I don't know. I don't even know where the show is going.
No.
What is the point? Is the point the fact the boys, being Carl Urban and his band of merry men, are going to kill all the superheroes? Is that what we're doing? I have 4 episodes in, and I don't know who the antagonist, the protagonist. I don't know the purpose. I don't know the plots. I don't know the motivations for characters.
Who's supposed to be the good guys? Who's supposed to be the bad guys? I don't know. And what is anyone's motivation at this point? I don't get. I don't understand anything. I don't understand anything going on in the show. Well, like I understand, but I don't understand the.
Hopefully, the listeners.
I don't understand why I'm supposed to care.
Yeah, agreed. And I understand humans are shitty people.
Yeah.
As a normal society, humans do things that benefit themselves, and
and those in power typically abuse power.
Yeah, as you know, the old saying goes, "Absolute power corrupts absolutely."
Mm-hmm. With great power comes great responsibility.
Rest in peace,
Abraham Lincoln.
That's definitely not. But. I don't understand.
And I've watched shows before where like everybody's terrible, but I at least understood there was a plot and motivations going on. I do not understand unless, like I said, there are 4 episodes left. It can all come together like beautifully.
Well, there's a season 2, so obviously something else continues.
Yeah. But I don't understand why I'm supposed to care about any of these characters, and I don't.
And going back to why I don't care about it, or that I don't care anybody, you see Starfire / Starlight, and you see Huey, and every episode their relationship builds, and they start falling in love because apparently it only takes 4 episodes in a show after traumatic stress in both characters. And I don't care about the relationship. It doesn't make any sense. They're just. They're just 2 people who who
are kind of awkward.
They're kind of awkward, and I'm so tired of shows having awkward people that are still like, 8s or 9s on the scale of looks and whatever and athleticism and all this stuff. Like, I'm not saying that people who are attractive can't have awkward moments and stuff like that, but
every moment they have is awkward.
Yeah, and. These are people that probably have necessarily never had issues in their lives. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's talk about some of the more fun shit about this.
It's got amazing graphic or CGI. I think it actually does really well for a TV show.
For an Amazon specific TV show, there's some great special effects.
I would just say in general a TV show, they've done some good work with the CGI. Like I believed when they were fighting Translucent because he's invisible 90% of the time.
Yep.
Even when they threw the blood on him in episode,
that was a really good fight scene. That was a good fight scene.
That was an awesome fight scene. I believe that Carl Urban was getting his ass handed to him for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Even like, when you see Captain Douchebag jump and fly up into the air, I believe that he actually did there was enough
good special effects.
Yeah, they spent some money there. They got good actors. I mean, Carl Urban is a big name.
Carl Urban is a nerd, and I love this about him. Let me shoot you off some of his filmography: Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, Doom, The Boys, Thor Ragnarok, Pete's Dragon, Almost Human, Chronicles of Riddick, Walking with Dinosaurs, Judge Dredd, Priest, Red. These are all comic book properties or like nerddom stuff, like Star Trek and Lord of the Rings, things like that. Absolutely. Carl Urban is a nerd, and I love that about him.
Yep. Or at least he's got a nerd-centric agent, one of the two.
And but also, like, things that he's in can be bad, but he is good in them.
Oh, absolutely. That's the thing, is the acting isn't bad in this. That's the other thing. If the acting was terrible and campy, I think I would like this differently. I don't know if I'd like it better or worse, but
I wish it was campy.
Yeah, almost intentionally bad acting. But the acting itself isn't bad. I believe the characters. I believe that they have these motivations, but I don't know what their motivations are. Like, I just don't think that they do, per se. The writing isn't there. Maybe it's just held up by the writing and the concept in general. Like, it's going too big. It needs to bring itself back down.
Yeah, I could see that.
And again, what's Black Noir's job? What does he do? What's his purpose?
He's a ninja. Maybe he does something in
Maybe we see him in the last 4 episodes. I don't know.
He is credited in being in 8 episodes. So.
On
IMDb.
Black Noir?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking Carl.
Other positives. I love Simon Pegg in this.
Simon Pegg.
His American accent is on point.
I hate his American accent so much.
It's on point. Like it's so campy, but I love it.
It's 100% campy.
I love Simon Pegg.
Why does he need an accent? Why can't he be British like he is and still be the dad of an American? Like, I don't understand why it matters. He's in New York City. It's the biggest melting pot next to D.C. Like, the two cities are essentially melting pots.
Because Simon Pegg does no wrong.
Because he does no. He's a big nerd too.
Every decision he makes is correct. I know. Simon Pegg is outstanding, just in general.
I would say who has the better accent is actually the guy who plays what's his name? Captain Douchepants. And that's because that
Anthony Starr with 2 R's.
Yes. And that's because that dude is from New Zealand, same as Carl Urban. And which Carl Urban has a really good American accent too, because you see it in Star Trek, the movies, the trilogy that came out with him and Chris Pine. But I don't like Simon Pegg's. I like Simon Pegg in this movie. I don't like his accent.
I love it.
Anywho, is there anything else we like in this movie? Because apparently we don't like this show. Because we don't like this show.
I don't like it. I'm literally just going through the cast.
We actually looked up the lady who plays the CIA assistant director or whatever. We were like, we've seen her before. She's a decent actress. She was in Spin City back in the day with Michael J. Fox.
I like Michael J. Fox.
I do too.
I like him a lot.
He does no wrong.
Okay. So something that actually made me laugh out loud in the show. The Deep is apparently involved in dolphin with one specific dolphin. He's having relations with. Right. That didn't make me laugh. They're in a van together.
Well, he saved the dolphin from the
Ocean World or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Ocean. Yeah, what did they call it? Ocean Land?
We'll call it Ocean World. they're having a lover's quarrel in the van. None of this has made me laugh so far. It was cringy. And then he gets into a car accident.
Dolphin just flies.
The dolphin shoots through the windshield and gets hit by a truck. Oh. And that made me laugh.
I'm pretty sure no animals were harmed in the filming of the show.
It was not a real dolphin.
No, it was CG.
But that made me laugh. Yeah. Because...
and again,
I don't know why.
Going back to what I said earlier about why are these superheroes doing bad things in their superhero costumes? He's in his...
Yeah, he stole the dolphin.
He stole the dolphin
in his costume.
Aquaman, which he is a spokesperson for them, which they bring up.
For Ocean World. Also, one character in the show is named Mother's Milk. Go home.
Why?
Go home.
Dude, why?
One character is named The Female. Oh, that's what we should talk about.
Is that what she is?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Her name is The Female.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my god. The episode is like the female of their species. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah. So these 4 episodes, they're trying to hunt down this girl that they accidentally let go in the basement of a Chinese gambling den or something.
Is number 4.
Oh, that was all episode 4?
Yeah.
She's credited for 8 episodes, so she's been in the show every episode.
Really?
Yeah.
The female?
Apparently.
The Asian girl they say?
8 episodes. All 8 episodes she's been in.
I don't recall anything.
Nope. Maybe
they just threw her in there, but...
Yep.
The only reason they found her is because they were going after the drug. The
mutant...
It's Compound V.
Steroids.
Yeah. The superhero steroid. Which they talk about in the first episode, don't bring it up again until the 3rd episode. Episode 2 they don't talk about.
Yeah.
Which is also the reason why the Baltimore mayor gets murked by Captain Douchepants.
Mm-hmm.
None of this makes any sense, Carl.
No, I'm not a big fan. One guy dies by eating ass. That is a no. I have.
What's his face? Your boy Freight Train. His girlfriend takes some V and then instead of paying
forces a man to eat her ass
and then crushes his head between her legs.
His head explodes.
Little brain comes out the top of his head. I'm going to say this show should be an NC-17 rating, even though it's MA. The only reason why it doesn't hit that NC-17 is there's hardly any nudity. The only reason. If they had thrown nudity in this show, there's so much gratuitous violence, so much language, so much themes. Like, episode 4 is literally violence, nudity, suggestive language, adult themes. Like, there's a huge laundry list of...
It hits on all of them.
And I'm amazed that it's not NC-17.
Yeah.
Which is basically porn for TV.
I mean...
Like, this makes Showtime in the 90s and 80s... Or, no, it's not Showtime. Cinemax in the 80s and 90s blush. Because remember, you got Skinemax.
Skinemax. Yeah.
Really, this show... I don't know.
Who didn't, at 12 years old, turn on their parents' illegal cable box and watch Cinemax for 30 minutes? Or even if
you had the illegal ones, you had the scrambled and you're like, 10 seconds of
boob.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that may be a boob. I'm going to pretend that's a boob. I'm 13 years old. I don't know any better.
13-year-olds have no idea now. They got the internet.
God, they're spoiled.
Oh, my God.
You got 2 boys, too. You have to deal with that.
Don't remind me. I haven't gotten there yet. One's 5. The other one's newborn.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, don't remind me. And
give me another 7 years.
Yeah, give me 16 years when I have a 13-year-old, and we'll talk about it.
That's some presumptiveness. And 15 is... Well, you said 16 years, so...
Yeah.
13?
16 minus 3, 13.
No. This day and age, they're all like 8, 9 when they're learning that shit.
Oh, my God. So I only need like 10 to 13 years then.
And then we'll have a new podcast talking about parenting when you have a kid.
I'll be all about that.
That'll be our next podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, are we done complaining about this?
Yeah, I think...
I'm tired. I'm just tired at this point.
I think this is as gone as far as it can go.
So next week, please tune in. See how much we love the show.
Yeah, or if you hate this, like, vocalize it, and then we just won't have to watch the last 4 episodes. Either way, let us know in the comments. Let us know on Facebook posts. Green. Damn. Man.
Oh my God. I'm sorry this went long.
This was a fun episode, though. Like, I have had fun with every episode we've talked about. Like, even when I hated what we were talking about, this was not fun.
No,
this one
was. I hope y'all like listening to it. Honestly, if not, maybe if you tell us in the next couple days you don't want to hear us talk about the next 4,
I'm not watching the last 4 then. Like, I'm at that point with this show. Like, I don't need to see how it wraps.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm in between. I don't hate the show and I don't like the show. I'm somewhere in this void, I don't know, in the middle ground where I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the show. Like, I like it in some respect and I hate it in every other.
Yeah.
I know it probably comes across that I really hate it because I'm in a mood with this show right now, but it's not terrible. Like, I will not watch a show that I think is terrible because there's too much. Life is too short to watch bad TV. Yeah. So is it bad TV? Oh, whoa.
My bad. That's my bad.
Whoa.
I open a video on my phone.
Don't watch videos on your phone while you're podcasting.
As you do the same.
I was looking at my email, thank you.
Sure. Yeah. If this wasn't fun for you, please let us know so that we can not do this again.
Or if this was absolutely cringeworthy and you hated it so much, don't let us know and make us suffer some more. I mean, either way.
Don't make me do that.
Make Carl do that.
Just don't make me do that. What are the rules of this tournament? Let's go back to that. What are the rules of this tournament?
Is this a tournament?
He's looking at schedules. That's a tournament. What are the rules of that tournament?
Look, we added some more people on Thursday.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to talk to all of you. You're not getting away from that. Mm-mm. Anyway, just like I'm not getting away from this.
You're still watching the last 4 because that's what we're doing next week.
From this friggin' show.
Anyways, thanks for sticking this one out, guys.
Hey,
and gals.
We love you. Let us know on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, The Drunken Nerd Podcast. All of the above. Gmail, The Drunken Nerd Podcast at gmail.com.
Our Gmail feels lonely.
It does. Please send us in some recommendations, some thoughts. We'll call. If you send us an email via Gmail, we'll read it out. We'll read it out and we'll discuss it.
Also, we've been adding some new platforms, right, Carl?
Yeah, we're on Podbean. We are on Anchor. We are on...
I don't know. Shit.
Other stuff.
We got a new one today, I think.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
We're constantly expanding at this point.
Yeah, we're all over the place. Surprisingly.
Please share a friend. Please like, comment.
Breaker.
And some other pod-based
Radio Public. That's the other one.
Radio Public. Mm-hmm. So listen
and
to
Pocket
us all over the place.
That's 3.
That's and Pocket Cast. Yeah,
5 different. Sorry, 6 if you count on YouTube. Jeez, we're all over the place now.
We're on 6 platforms. Also, we've got shirts up on TeePublic now.
You can get a mug.
We got mugs, shirts, masks. We got merch. We got merch on merch. TeePublic.com.
With 2 separate designs that look very similar.
Yeah, they're basically the same design. We got more on the way though. Katie's sister's working on some shit.
Oh, nice.
Or stuff for us.
Nice. That'd be some good stuff.
Yeah, we got some new merch coming out.
If you got some suggestions for some merch, we'll make it on there too.
Or suggestions for beers to try. Suggestions for things to watch.
As always.
Please stop making me watch things I hate.
Let's see how many episodes before Carl's brain explodes.
I'm probably... let's not do that. Let's not do that. People keep... this... I've subjected myself to so much for this podcast already.
And it's only 5 episodes in.
I've enjoyed 2 of the things we've covered in 5 episodes.
Which 2?
Talking about Marvel versus DC. That was fun.
We'll have to do another one of those.
And then...
Just different characters.
What did we do for episode 1?
Arcade games.
I enjoy arcade games.
You don't enjoy the ripping of these? It hurts to me.
I have to watch them in order to rip them.
That's true. Anyway,
hey.
Till next time.
We love you guys. Follow us. Comment. Share. Subscribe. Tell friends. Tell friends we love everyone. I don't know what that was about. I lost my freaking mind.
He's done.
Yeah,
we gotta go, people. We gotta go. He's done.
Here's me tapping
Next time.